So there's been a lot of speculation ever since the big cooperation between uh, Russia and North Korea tightened. This whole pact of if one country is attacked, then the other sort of is going to send troops to help. Something along those lines was being said in their pact, in their close cooperation agreements. And first, it started by talking about North Korea sending engineers, specialists to maybe work on the fortifications, to work technology, stuff like that. Those people would, of course, be killed as well. Those people will die because they would be probably also close to the battlefield in some capacity. But now, for some time, there have been talks about North Korea sending troops to the front line to supplement the Russian uh, military force, the Russian army. According to Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, North Korean troops present in occupied Ukraine, or that according to Zelensky, the face of this conflict, the sort of the nature of this conflict has been changed. Now, uh, North Korea and Russia are in full-blown military alliance in which North Korea is sending troops to directly support Russia in the war against Ukraine, which, according to Volodymyr Zelensky, should also fundamentally change the attitude of the West when it comes to aiding Ukraine, because that would be, I mean, we're throwing around the word escalation. If the West does this, that's an escalation. If the West allows that, that's an escalation. If Ukraine is allowed to attack these targets, that's an escalation. But we never really talk about de escalation on the side of Russia and its allies. That is not really as much discussed. That if Russia or its allies do this, that becomes an escalation, and there's not really any warnings issued towards Russia that there's a red line that the West has when it comes to this. That would be, there's no clear, unacceptable level of escalation on the side of Russia. At least that is how it seems to me. Okay? Volodymyr Zelensky has said North Korea is sending military personnel to support Russia's invasion of Ukraine. North Korea is already a vital supplier of munitions to Russia, even if a lot of them are faulty, a lot of them misfire, a lot of them don't explode, a lot of them stray. But since North Korea has been providing Russia with a huge amount of those munitions, at least some of them are functioning as intended, and that does make a difference on the battlefield. No, I don't think so. Actually, I don't feel that that would help. So, yes, providing Moscow with desperately needed artillery shells in particular, but the possibility that Pyongyang is now sending troops to Ukraine ratchets up its involvement in the conflict. I would say by quite a lot, although one could make a case that if North Korean soldiers enter direct battle, they will be used as fodder. we see an increasing alliance between Russia and regimes like in North Korea. Zelensky said on Sunday in his evening video address to the country, "It is no longer just about transferring weapons, it is actually about the transfer of people from North Korea to occupiers' military forces. Obviously, in such circumstances, our relations with our partners need to be developed. The front line needs more support," he said. Which, I mean, we could speculate as to what that means. Does that mean that Zelensky is saying that if Russia's allies are sending troops, then maybe Western allies should be sending troops as well? Listen, maybe it's time for Poland to be sending troops. Maybe I'll be drafted and sent to Ukraine. No, I'm just, you know. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Zelensky went on to call for more decisive supplies from Ukraine's allies to help counter the new threat. His comments come following media reports claiming that thousands of North Korean troops were preparing to fight in Ukraine. On October 11th, the Washington Post said that several thousand North Korean soldiers are undergoing training in Russia, with the potential to be deployed to the Ukrainian front lines by the end of the year. Additionally, individual North Korean officers are allegedly present in Russian-occupied areas of Ukraine, observing Russian forces and studying the battlefield, according to source cited by the Washington Post. Analysts from the Institute for the Study of War think tank have suggested that North Korea's involvement could extend beyond artillery support, with potential deployment of advanced weapon systems requiring in-person guidance. I'm just wondering what sort of advanced weapon systems are at the disposal of North Korea. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov dismissed the allegations as a hoax, while North Korea and Russia have consistently denied sending military personnel. Well, I'm pretty sure Russia has also been denying receiving any artillery, etc., from North Korea, as well as denied receiving anything from Iran. So I'm not sure if Russia can be trusted when it comes to statements like that. I'm not sure if Russia can be just, oh, Russia's saying that nothing's happening. I guess that's okay then. We should trust it. Just like we should have trusted Russia when it said that it wouldn't invade Ukraine to begin with. That's also something that, you know, Russia said. If true, these claims represent a significant escalation in military cooperation between Pyongyang and Moscow, which had already deepened due to a mutual defense pact signed this summer by North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin. It's like the thing that I've been alluding to earlier, the thing that talked about possible sending of troops if one side is attacked, or in a conflict rather, because Russia has not been attacked. Russia is the party that has attacked. I mean, didn't Russian munitions strike a Polish village? That's kind of part of the escalation. Technically speaking, if we're talking about the munition that killed 2 people, it was said to be a Ukrainian anti-air missile that strayed and hit Polish territory. The agreement pledged full support for Russia's war effort, underscoring the growing alignment between the two heavily sanctioned states. Recent intelligence from South Korea and Ukraine suggests North Korean personnel may already be operating in occupied Donetsk Oblast. A missile strike by Ukraine earlier this month reportedly killed several North Korean military officers. There are also concerns that North Korean soldiers could be deployed to Russian border regions, potentially allowing Russian forces to focus on offensive operations in Ukraine. So, I don't know, Kursk or something. And that is the news. If North Korean soldiers are going to be utilized on the battlefield directly, then That is a pretty big escalation. I think we can all agree on that. And the question then becomes, what will the West's response to that be? Will the West just continue its weak, bit by bit, slow aid, or will it lead to any sort of matching of this escalation by the West? Like, what's the response gonna be? Sanctioning North Korea even more? Or like what exactly would be the response of the West to this sort of thing? Maybe Germany would finally decide to generously send the Taurus missiles to Ukraine, which Olaf Scholz is adamantly refusing to agree to. Maybe Ukraine would receive permission to strike deeper targets within Russia. Who knows? Who know? I genuinely don't know. I genuinely do not know what the response from the uh, West would be, especially since all I'm reading is that Western support is in peril, while the cooperation among the uh, I don't know, the allies against Ukraine is tightening, which apparently now involves sending troops. It seems like the support from the West is always on shaky ground, always in peril, always in question, always we will support Ukraine till the end, till victory. But it's always just sort of like, yeah, we will support Ukraine, but it'll take time. We'll send a little bit of this here, we'll send a little bit of that there. But actually, we cannot send this. Actually, you cannot use that there. Actually, that would be too much of an escalation. Actually, maybe not. Maybe later. And in the meantime, Iran is escalating support for Russia. North Korea is escalating support for Russia. And there's just Russia keeps escalating its attacks on civilian infrastructure. Russia keeps escalating, like basically in every way possible, and there does not seem to be ever an equivalent answer from the West. And that is just annoying me. You know? I just don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say.